Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be playing some MekHQ slash MegaMek, and as usual we'll be picking up where we left off. We were in the middle of a base defense mission last time we played, but just a real quick overview. We're mothballing some stuff, we're refitting some stuff. I did off-screen make sure that we had at least 2 of all the parts in use. So you'll see here we are ordering a ton of actuators and body parts for mechs. Also added some primitive armor to the mix because a couple big announcements here. First and foremost, we have a couple of new personnel. We do have Adan Gato, aka Tsubasa, who joined us. He approached Captain Murdock with his custom blackjack in hand, and I'll go over that here in a second. Hey Varank, how's it going? I was just introducing everyone to the new members of the group, and we have a random guy from the Discord has joined us as Earl Sinclair. You may recognize that name from an old TV show. But yeah, his history is very much went in the logging industry, sold his mech to get away from the boring life. So we may be finding some way to add some savings to his account to represent the sale of his logger mech. But in the meantime, we will be working on pulling the Xanthos out of storage for him. And he'll be using that in the meantime. And I thought the Xanthos was appropriate to his character, being that it's a primitive quad mech with a bad reputation. So yeah. Also in the hangar, we wanted to check out this blackjack that we're bringing, which comes with 13 double heat sinks for 26 total heat sinking capability, 2 large lasers and 4 medium lasers, and it can fire just about everything every turn. The exception being one of the medium lasers will probably have to cycle on and off. But other than that, yeah, just a little custom design that I had. That he said he wanted something with maybe a bit of range, and I was thinking, you know, blackjack. He said he wanted something on the lighter side, and so that's what we went with. So, to refresh your memory, we are on the planet of Wing, working for the Federated Commonwealth against the Free Worlds League. This contract goes on for almost another month, and since the enemy morale is invincible, we have been suffering through multiple base defense missions, 1 per week. Wing is here. We'll be gradually making our way up into this area. Hopefully we can make it to that neighborhood by 3049. Let's see, Adan and Earl, new characters. Couple of NPC mech warriors. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on in the personnel tab. Ah, yes. People have some XP that they can spend. And speaking of which, Adan and Earl, you both spawned with 2 XP. However, let's see, Murdock has 10 points, which he could spend, but I think I want to save that for probably either tactics, strategy, or leadership, just because of the meta. Oh, Honeyskew has followed, I presume. I must have missed the notification. I've got the volume turned all the way down so that it doesn't come through the mic. So yeah, thanks for following. Glad you could join us. Join the Discord, be a part of the community, like, comment, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Petra is saving up XP for, I think, a gunnery, although I was debating whether to put that into piloting, or perhaps tactics if she's going to be a squad leader at some point, or strategy even. Fred Jones, aka Hoser, aka Varank, has 30 XP, which I guess snuck up on me because he could get more piloting if he wanted. We may have talked about this at some point, and we may be saving up for gunnery. I've honestly forgotten. But I'm going to assume that Varank wants gunnery because that's all Varank ever wants. Frederick French, aka Wyvern, also has some XP that he can spend, and I will wait for a response from him since he doesn't gunnery, naturally. Wyvern doesn't watch us live, it doesn't fit into his schedule, but he does catch us on YouTube, and occasionally pops into the Discord to drop comments. So he's got enough for a piloting or a gunnery, or tactics or strategy, or perhaps a special ability. There's quite a few that only cost 20. Melee specialist in particular comes to mind. Also the, where is it? Human TRO, which gives a bonus on crit rolls. Hopping Jack, Eagle's Eyes, and Dodge, I think maybe probably lower priority. Rangemaster is out of price range. Sensor Geek could come in handy maybe in a different mech, or if we were in more of a recon lance, but being that you're in the command lance right now, I don't think Sensor Geek really fits the role, the mission that we're going to be pressed into. Also, anyone with at least 10 XP could spend it on Edge if they were so inclined. I noticed, Hoser, you only have 2 Edge. I wasn't sure if maybe you would want to delay that gunnery 2 by 10 points, but I thought I would toss that out there. 2 Edge is not insignificant, but it's not always enough in my experience. For true survivability, no interest whatsoever. Noted. Gunnery it is. Jacoby, aka Lark, you're 2 XP away from getting a point of piloting, or 12 points away from a point of gunnery if you're so inclined. Although, can I recommend the piloting? At least I can say that now until I need it. Yeah. We'll see. So let's see. We covered the hangar briefly. We do still have some stuff in mothballs in reserve. I'm kind of eager actually to get this guillotine out into play. I'm a big fan of that one with the medium lasers and the SRM6. Interested in getting this rifleman out with a double heatsink upgrade that's been working on for forever and will continue to be worked on forever. I think we've still got 10,000 hours on that, almost 11,000, so that's at least 20 something days. What else have we got going on in the hangar? Mothballing a bunch of stuff with our green tech Kazuko, so he's going to be tied up for the next few days. We do have a Saracen, it looks like, which I believe that color means it needs a crew. Yeah, we are short probably a gunner, if I had to guess. Maybe a driver. We might be short a driver. Well, either way, we haven't got one of either. Unless we look down here at prisoners, we've got several drivers and several gunners, and it looks like at least one of each of those is willing to defect for us. So that'll happen at the end of the contract, of course. Also at the end of the contract, we'll be switching over to StratCon, so that's exciting. We do have, I was just checking how much armor we had and everything. We do have a couple of engines that our mechanics could be working on, but I kind of want to see if maybe they have something more important to work on after this mission is complete. We do have a bunch of infantry in the med bay, and our finances are, well, they're not bad for a fledgling mercenary unit. We're sitting at around 10 million C-bills, so we can, we'll probably drop that down to about 9 or so with all the parts that we've got on order, which in 49 takes a day to happen. So with that said, we'll be jumping back into this battle. To refresh everyone's memory on that front, we do have Wyvern over here, and I think is that an archer he's in, it looks like? Yeah, that is a Mark III archer with the double heat sinks. Looking a little roughed up, but not too bad, but taking on a significant number of enemies. between the enemy archer, this Zhukov tank, which has a pair of autocannon 10s, and a Firestarter and a Wolverine. And I'm glad that we're not playing HBS because Firestarters scare me in that game. They really do. And he's backed up by these, I think these are autocannon 10 field gunners. And also, this Crusader is in our... Oh, he's in friendly colors. He's not in our colors. And then this Banshee, who is part of the force that we're trying to protect, has apparently come to the fray. So we have some backup here, but it's all AI, which means it's of dubious worth at best. Hover over here squaring off against a Griffin and a Grasshopper, supported by a Warhammer, and I guess an LRM turret. Over here we have Murdock in a prone stalker, which has also taken something of a beating. He's got no right leg anymore. His rear armor is precarious, but he has managed to do basically the same thing to this catapult. The Thunderbolt, however, is essentially uncountered. And over here we've got Petra in our Mark II Archer. Or no, this is the Orion. It looks like an Archer from that angle. In the Orion, squaring off against a second Archer. Oh yeah, Lark, happy birthday. Got everyone in the Discord talking about how old they feel, and all I have to say to that is better over the hill than under it. Stalker with mobility issues. Sadness. Yeah, it has the firepower, but it's going to have to prop with one arm. And I don't know how that works in a Stalker with the minimal arms quirk, but yeah, he's not going to be standing back up. And of course over here we have Lark fighting from the ground as usual in his crippled hunchback. We've lost the autocannon, we've lost one of the lasers, we've got a damaged leg actuator. That and some bad dice rolls are what ended him up on the ground. I would like to try to save his initiative for last and see if I can outweight this rifleman and get a beat on him instead of having my back to him. My power level grows. Happy birthday. Coincidentally, also my dad's birthday and another internet friend's birthday as well. Well, happy birthday to them as well, and glad to have you here, Boat Fixer. With the summary completed, it is now time to show off this new interface for replacing players that comes in 49.3. So our allies, we can set them to maybe something besides default, but one thing that I like is that we now have different settings preloaded in, and since they were on default, I'm probably just going to leave them on default. The civilian units, okay, I was expecting them to also be default, and I was going to have to tweak some things, but can we set them to escape? What does that do? It makes them less fearless. It brings them closer to Berserker. It gives them more Highway Menace balance. Yeah, I think I want to set our princess allies on escaping, because they're really not supposed to be in this fight. They're a protect objective, so any one of them that dies costs us points. And then the base turrets, I guess, default is fine. They can't really do any strategy anyways. All they do is pick a target and fire. So with one button press, we have replaced all three players. Obviously, I pressed more than one button, but you know, Highway Menace. I'd rather be a Highway Star. So these field gunners and these field gunners. Now these guys see that Firestarter incoming. And I think I'm covering up the button that I need because I want them inside a building of some kind. Or maybe they'll have to make some rubble. However, all of these buildings are too light to support them, being that they weigh, what is it, 50 some odd tons? 54.5. So if we were to go, say, there, there's a good chance we would end up in a basement. But it's that or being out in the open with a fire starter on the loose. We'll take that chance. Federated Commonwealth is disconnected. It's not how that's supposed to work. Okay, interesting. Princess bots are disconnecting. This is actually going to be my first time having an issue like this. Last time I did one practice match, and it didn't do that. And there's so many things I'm called on Twitch. Some most common is boat, second is boat fixer, some say boat effer. Very little the whole username, or some I'm closer with refer to me by my Discord username. Well, I'm sorry, but HMS boat fixer, what is it, 69? It's a bit of a mouthful. So I do apologize if you're offended by me only calling you boat fixer. I can make an effort to say the whole thing if you'd like to make that request. I'm not going to swear on stream if I can avoid it. Which at least one song reference per stream now. Yeah, it's about what it seems like. Alright, Stalker with no mobility, can't do anything. Waiting for this rifleman to go, waiting for the archer to go. Hoser would like to be somewhat evasive without losing LOS contact. Can I call you Bodie? Hoser is gonna slam those posers? Yeah. I just want to see it. If he moves up here, I'll back up to where I've got eyes on him. But if he moves, say, down here, I'll have to come down here. And if he comes straight at me, I'll have to think of something. I'll probably just back up as far as I can, even if it's not evasive, just to try to stay at a minimum range. So I guess the next one that we have to move is Wyvern, who is mobility impaired at the moment because of heat issues. Being that he's in an archer, I'd like to try to keep my distance. You know, if you don't stop that, you know better. Frank is gonna sail away. I was waiting for those guys to move so I can shoot them from out of their range. Still waiting on that Griffin, ideally. Archer has not yet moved. Is prone, but only has one hit. Let's see, heat 9, so that's going to be a targeting penalty in addition to the move penalty. So I guess backing up is the safe bet. You're pushing the song references pretty hard. Do you want us to sing happy birthday to you today? If you heard me sing, you would rethink that strongly. Yeah. Can relate. Not trying to sing on stream. If there's a fight and the odds are fair, don't look at me, I won't be there. That's cute. I'm guessing that's from somewhere or something. Like, is that a line from a movie, I'm guessing? Or is it just like a saying where you're from? Okay, so the Griffin has chosen violence. If we stand still, or what I mean is careful stand, that should be back shots on a rifleman, which is always a lovely situation to be in. Needs a 4 even with the careful stand. Fingers crossed we did it. Griffin has chosen violence. Yeah, he got right up in our face. He might not even be our target for this turn. We might be going for that that other mech that was there. Wolverine also trying to get in the Locust's face, but I don't know how well that's going to work for him. You know, being that we're a Locust and all. I guess we can come over here and try to harass this Zhukov since we don't know where the Firestarter is going to be. Even though I'm pretty sure we won the initiative. Actually, I just noticed the map is behind the chat. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so the enemy catapult, with his left leg destroyed and minimal arms, needs a 10 to stand, even with his piloting skill of 3. He falls and takes 5 to his back and 2 to the head, forcing his first consciousness check, and then fails to avoid damage for his second consciousness check. So hopefully that catapult might just be out of the fight after a couple more attempts. Enemy archer needs a 6 and gets an 8. Lark did manage to stand, he got a 7. Maxim flanking and turning, side slips 1 hex into 30-38 to no effect. So to start with, we'll have our field gunners take some shots at the only target they have, which is this stealth foot platoon on 9s, since they're not in rifle range. These guys can't fire because they moved this turn. So let's see, we've got, who all is in retreat? Just the SRM carrier? Just the SRM carrier. So this Zhukov, with its movement of 1-2, we got 9s with the lasers or 7s with the LRMs. Alternately, we've got 10s and 10s or 8s. So we'll take the 7s and we'll take a 9 with that. Just build up a little bit of heat just to say that we're staying busy. Imagine moving your squad up and some group of dudes start firing at their 150 anti-armor field guns at your infantry squad. Yeah, that would be scary. I would dive for cover, and it doesn't seem like they are, because they came closer? Did they even move? They did not even move. They're apparently spotting. So we've got 6s on the Grasshopper, who is fresh, but maybe we can make him less fresh. The alternative is 7s on the Griffin. Since our lasers are leg mounted, pretty much all of them would be ineffective. So we're going to take the easy shot on the Grasshopper, try to maybe knock him down or something. And also need to figure out why the Awesome is only sinking 34 heat instead of 38. Petra and the Orion still dogging this Archer for everything she's worth. launch the LRM. Yeah, I don't want to go up much higher than about 3-4 heat at this point. We're in kind of a nasty situation right here. So I'd like to save my heat for next turn if I could. The stalker, cannot flip arms while prone, apparently. Oh, wrong button. But we can fire that left arm into that left arm arc. On a 9, sure, we'll take it. And the SRMs are in the torso. So we're not building up any heat at all. Maybe we can accomplish something. And Lark on 5s into the back of the rifleman with what weaponry he still has. And a 9, because why not? We've got 10s there. We could, hold on, let me see something. We've got 10s there, we've got 15s there. Not even worth flipping our arms for. Excuse me. So we've got the Wolverine firing his autocannon at hex 2320 and knocking out a rocket launcher turret. The field gunner is missing the stealth platoon, but it's a near miss. I can only imagine what their morale looks like after that. After that roll. Needing a 9, getting an 8. The friendly Wolverine at the enemy Clint, tagging him in the right arm with an autocannon 5, leaving him with 1 armor. The friendly Hetzer missing the Wolverine, needing a 9, getting a 5. The base civilian's Banshee missing the Wolverine on 11s. The enemy Wasp killing the crew of another one of our turrets. And I hadn't mentioned this yet, but we did start this battle with 3 units of field guns. So we've already lost 1 for anyone who missed that earlier. And now we've lost another one of our turrets. So not great, not great. Our archer at the Zhukov missing on 9s and 7s, sadly. The enemy rifleman launching a couple medium lasers at our Orion, missing on 6s. That's better than my luck usually runs. Hoser firing on the Grasshopper, landing 2 PPCs to that left torso, leaving it with 0 armor. So that's cool. I like to see that open. Friendly Warhammer firing at the Firestarter and missing. The enemy Clint jamming another one of our turrets, or possibly the same one. 2027, yeah, 2027 is already dead. So dead and jammed. Friendly Dervish at the enemy Archer, landing a hit to the head with some LRMs and also the right torso, forcing his second consciousness check. And landing another hit to his head and the center torso for his third consciousness check, which he barely makes. The enemy Firestarter at our friendly Crusader, landing a medium laser to that left torso for 19 armor remaining. Was that Petra in the Orion, landing the autocannon 10 and 6 LRMs on that Archer, going internal on his right arm. Also tagging his left arm, center torso taking 10 down to 18 armor there. Our Stalker firing his stubby little left arm over his shoulder at that catapult, landing 2 medium lasers to the left and center torso. Armor's looking pretty thin, especially in that left torso. Reshnagar, hey, welcome. We're still alive. Yeah, the battle could be going better. We've taken some heavy damage, but we are starting to recover. Really looking forward to seeing what Lark can do to those with his lasers in the back of that rifleman. Friendly Crusader at the Zhukov, landing 6 missiles to the left side in the front, costing it more movement points, so it's now 0-0, but technically not immobile until it says immobilized. And then 9 missiles to the turret, down to 25 armor there, so that's going to be a tough nut to crack. Let's see. Friendly Orion at the Zhukov, landing a medium laser to the left side at extreme range for only 4 points of damage. Costing it more motive damage and 13 armor remaining on that left side. 15 LRMs, nice, 15 of 15. The left side taking 2 of those clusters, stunning the crew down to 3 armor. Front down to 27. Thunderbolt on our stalker into the right torso rear with 2 medium lasers, and the third into the center torso rear. 2 machine guns to the left torso rear, and a single SRM also into that right torso rear, costing us a heat sink. So, looking pretty rough for Murdock right now. That right torso rear is becoming a liability. The enemy Grasshopper at Hoser, missing on 8s and 10s, all of them. So that's, what, 22 heat? He shouldn't be overheating. Grasshoppers have all the heat sinks. Yeah, he's going to be at like 2 heat at the end of the turn. So I'm a fan of Grasshoppers. Them and Guillotines. Both 70 tons, both high energy weapon, both lots of heat sinks. It's a good combination. Our SRM-6 turret, which may or may not be the one that died, landing 3 SRMs on the Griffin to the right arm and left torso. And then Lark hitting the rifleman in the right torso rear, critting out one of his lasers. Left leg and left arm also taking hits. So, good. I don't know, it's not a lot of firepower, but I was hoping for something catastrophic. I was hoping for like some ammo or something with that rear shot. Enemy Maxim landing 2 LRMs on our Orion to the right arm. And then the friendly Rommel tank hitting the Wasp in the right arm with an autocannon 20, destroying it, transferring into the right torso, destroying that, and transferring into the center torso, leaving him with 4 armor. So yeah, he's probably going to be in forced withdrawal after that. So we'll see about that during the movement phase. No, not a heatsink. It's a liability. Get rid of that rear. Oh no. I mean, yeah, 1 less medium laser is 1 less medium laser at least. And he was using them. We do know that. So maybe we can force him to overheat trying to compensate with the large lasers, or miss trying to use the autocannons within their minimum range. We'll see. Their archer at our archer, landing 12 LRMs to the center torso, right leg, and left torso. Still holding strong with 18 armor left on that center torso. Our Locust at the Zhukov missing on 10s. Enemy archer at our Dervish missing on a 9. Our friendly archer at the Zhukov landing 18 LRMs, mostly to the rear. Also the turret and left side. So they're stunned for 2 turns and effectively immobilized, except for the targeting bonus. Enemy Griffin shooting at Hex 1719 and killing one of our field gunners, 2 of them with the LRMs. So not great. I don't like it losing infantrymen. Let's see, the base civilian Quasit launching LRMs at the catapult and missing on a 10. Enemy Crusader hit Hex 3726. So I wonder which turret that is. But stunning and then killing the crew with LRMs. And then our LRM-10 turret landing 14 missiles on the Thunderbolt to the right leg, primarily, also the right arm and the center torso. Archer stays standing, their archer stays standing. The Grasshopper has a really terrible pilot. What is he, like a 3.6? 4.6. So he's a regular shot, but not a good pilot. He needed a 7 to stay standing. Takes 5 to the chest and 2 to the leg, but does avoid taking pilot damage. The Wasp that took the autocannon 20 does stay standing. He's a really good pilot. I had forgotten. So Hoser can punch with his left arm on a 6 on the Griffin. We'll see how that goes. That is a hit to the left torso. Nice job. Just kind of kind of a swing as you're shooting at this guy. Enemy Wolverine kicking the Hetzer in the front, making it immobile. Thunderbolt kicking the Stalker in the left arm, down to 10 armor there. The Griffin punching the Awesome in the left arm for 6. We've got 18 armor remaining. The Rifleman kicking the Orion in the left leg, causing him to fall, taking 5 to the chest and 3 to the right torso, and causing Petra to make a piloting check to avoid damage, which she succeeds. Let's see, the Orion's running a little hot, which we knew it was. Everyone else is pretty chill. Friendly Crusader is at 5 heat, Friendly Orion is at 6 heat, Friendly Archer is at 7 heat, so they're all going to have to be more careful about that for the next couple of turns or so. The Rifleman is at 4 heat, Archer is at 8 heat, Crusader is at 8 heat. I like to see when the enemies are at 8 heat. It means they're less likely to hit me next turn. We've got the other enemy Archer at 11 heat, the Firestarter is at 8, and the Griffin is also at 8. So they're all taking targeting penalties next round. We have 1 initiative and also within our team, so we get the last move. That's always a pleasant boon. We are, however, down to 78% of our forces versus them being down to 82 and 81%, with still having reinforcements en route. Their air support is at 69%, which I suspect is because I don't think we've shot their air support. I think that must be bombs slowing them down. So I'm not looking forward to them arriving, which is the perfect cue for them to arrive. So yes, we have a medium and a light strike defender, and they have they do not seem to have bombs, so I wonder why their BV is lowered. Yeah, you guys are definitely going to hide out in that building until the Firestarter is dead. You guys, I don't want you to be out in the open. That Maxim has machine guns, if I recall. Yeah, it has 3 machine guns, so that thing would tear us up. So I'm not trying to give them that opportunity. So I'm just wondering, can we get into this building? No, apparently not. Can we get into this building? Construction factor 11, construction factor 45. I think I want to be in the biggest, strongest building I can be in to protect us as much as possible. Wyvern is definitely going to be approaching this Archer, trying to get under his guns. Hoser, maybe just walk. We would not have partial cover from the Grasshopper from that vantage point. Let me see what that Griffin does, if I can. Petra. Maybe also try to stall for a second. Oh, the catapult is now immobile with 3 hits. That must have happened just now, because I could have sworn that they were still mobile. I'll put my back to the immobile mech, try to catch this Thunderbolt as he does something. I don't know. Lark would like to be as evasive as possible, and also maybe not under the guns of the strike fighter. I don't want to get bombed today if I can avoid it. Still waiting on that. Yeah, let's... He keeps stalling on that rifleman, or I'd be going after him, but with the archer, we know where he is at least. Keeps stalling with that griffin too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's only a +3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's that +4. So yeah, that's how we're gonna move the locust. Kind of do a flyby gunning. Alright, so it looks like the griffin is content to try to mess up our back ranks. We can try to divide the attention of this grasshopper. Go, locust, go. Yeah, +4 target movement mod. I always like it when mechs, like, you know, can get that +4 mod. Do it. Things like the assassin. It's just so mobile. 7 movement profile is nice. So the catapult needs a 10, falls, takes 5 to the arm and 2 to the torso, needs a 10 to avoid damage, needs a 7 to stay conscious, and does not make it. That said, the catapult is going to be low priority. I'm more worried about the active threats, but on a 7, he's probably going to be back up at the end of next round. SRM carrier flees the battlefield, so that's a relief. And the grasshopper and the Orion both successfully stand, which is good. Now, where is this guy flying over? It looks like he's flying over the friendly Orion and the friendly Archer. Looks like they both are. I didn't realize I was looking at both paths. I thought that I was looking at one and have to go check on the other. So we've got 8s on the Archer. We've got 14s or 10s. So I think I'm gonna do 8s on the Archer. And then, actually, where do I need to be targeting on this guy? The left side, I think it was. Yeah, if I can land 2 hits on that left side, he is down for the count. And I only need 3s to hit, which means I only need a 7 to land that aimed shot. Next damage phase, enemy Hunchback fires AC 20, hits Locust on a 12, rolls a 12, 20 damage to CT, Locust destroyed due to damage. Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, if they had a Hunchback, obviously. And we will be taking 6s on him. Alright, these guys, it seems, well, maybe, nope, nothing within range. Nothing that they can see at any rate. Also, they moved this turn, so target not in arc. We've got 8s on the light strike fighter, 8s on the Archer. Let's 10s on the medium strike fighter. Let's see if we can knock that light strike fighter out of the air. It seems to be our best target for them. Hoser on 2s. Definitely taking 2s. And then 6s, we're gonna take 2 medium laser shots there. See if we can't knock him down again, or knock him down. Petra on the Archer needing 5s. We'll do it like that because I want to be mobile for next turn. Lark, following up with that on some 8s and a 12, because why not? That's one thing I've noticed about small lasers in my crew, is it tends to be a why not weapon, like one that you fire when you don't have any reason not to. I assume the Thunderbolt's going to be easier to hit on 4s versus 7s for the Maxim. But again, is that Wasp in withdrawal? Yes, he is. So we could fire at him, but that would invite him to retaliate with his SRM2 or maybe physical attacks. But the Thunderbolt is definitely getting everything we've got, including LRM10 on a 12. And then the Wasp, oh, obviously can't do that. And the Catapult is going to be the center of his own little world of hurt over here. We've got 5 arrows pointing at him. So that looks like it for the Stalker. Alright, so yes, the Catapult destroyed by pilot death with an ammo explosion from the friendly Wolverine on the very first shot. Destroyed by pilot death because he failed his ejection roll by 3 points. So the Catapult is going to represent a lot of wasted firepower this round. Enemy Wolverine at our friendly Crusader hits with a medium laser and an autocannon 5 to the right torso and right leg. Friendly Warhammer missing the medium strike fighter. Banshee missing the Firestarter on 9s and 11s. Firestarter shooting at the building. Small lasers are insane. Oh, the superior siege weapon was destroyed by a pilot death. Yeah. I don't know if I would call a Catapult a superior siege weapon. It's more, in my opinion, of a cavalry mech. It's cavalry fire support is how I would classify that. But yeah. Oh, you're talking about the name, the Catapult. Yeah. Destroying our salvage also. I'm referring to the meme. Oh, the one where it's compared to a trebuchet? Don't get me wrong, trebuchet is a great mech too. But I'd take a Catapult any day of the week. There's just something about having the 13-point kick that appeals to me. Well, specifically 12, because then you can kick someone's head off in one shot. And that's always fun. And you know, the jump jets. The jump jets are a big part of why I prefer the Catapult over the trebuchet as well. Because other than that, they're pretty similarly armed. They both have LRM-15s for at least one variant of the Catapult. And, you know, 3 to 4 medium lasers. It's pretty comparable. So our archer hits their archer with 12 LRMs to the left torso, right leg, and center torso. He's still got plenty of armor. And then destroying the Zhukov with 2 medium lasers, causing a fuel explosion. I'll take 5 wasps over anything, just run up and kick them. Herbie with arrow 4, greater than anything. Murder by tiny mechs. Yeah, when you're up against a force that outnumbers you by like 2 to 1, you have to be real careful not to get swarmed, or it can get real bad real quick. Locust, missing with both medium lasers, but hitting both machine guns at least, to the right leg and left arm. Stealth Platoon at the Dervish, hitting for 9 damage. Spread out. Not super spread out, that's 5 damage to the left leg. Small laser turret missing. The Dervish at the Catapult, which is already dead by ejection. Rifleman at the Orion, missing on 7s. Friendly Crusader at the Archer, landing 27 LRMs to the left leg, right arm, right leg, center torso, left arm, right arm. So that's a big ol' whopping of damage. Have nukes in Battletech? I thought they were outlawed. They are, so you're right on both counts. Friendly Orion at the enemy archer, landing autocannon 10 to that left arm and 6 LRMs to the leg and chest. Enemy Clint shooting at building and hex 2419, landing on autocannon and a medium laser for 10 points of damage, down to 21 structure. The Paramore mobile repair vehicle joining the fun, firing a single machine gun at that catapult. Like, that Paramore is a big part of the reason I tweaked the bot settings for that team, was because I didn't want him being in the fight. Field gunners at the light strike fighter Angel did land a hit to the aft, hitting the engine twice in the left wing, costing it. He's down to 2 structural integrity, so he is possibly about to crash and definitely very badly wounded. Mark has the nukes. Did he get them for his birthday? No, he had those. He might have got them for his birthday last year, because he's been itching to use them the whole time I've known him. Medium strike fighter at our friendly archer, hitting for 8. Looks like 14 points of damage scattered about to the right arm, left torso, left leg. And then rocket launcher pods, hitting for 6 and 6 to the left side. And then 5 to the right arm, left arm down to 16 armor. Hoser at the Grasshopper on 2s, hitting the right arm, and left leg, and then a medium laser also to the left leg. So he's down to 9 armor there, right arm is down to 2. Where else was he hurt? The left torso? Yeah, his left torso is also bare. So a couple more turns like this, and he's going to be in really bad shape. Kirby with the nuke Quintero 4, which was canonized by an official right then and there, wiped out a Merclance with said nuke. Interesting. I didn't realize that had been canonized on the fly. And that's Petra in the Orion. It's Wyvern in the Archer, right? Yeah. So Petra at the Archer hits the autocannon 10 to the left leg, medium laser to the right leg, and 3 missiles to the center torso, right arm, critting out the shoulder and upper arm actuators, and 2 to the left torso. The enemy Grasshopper at Hoser, hitting the left arm with the large laser, right arm with a medium, and 4 LRMs to the chest. Armor still holding and looking good. And then the SRM-6 turret, landing, looks like a total of 9 SRMs on the Firestarter, going internal on his left arm, trying to crit on his center torso, going further internal on his left arm, but not quite a kill shot. What is its battle tech value? I'll use the equivalent amount of wasps and rush it from all directions. I don't think it has a battle value. I think it kind of breaks the system that way. I may be wrong, but I think it's listed as having like a battle value of 0 or something. Let's see. Enemy archer firing on our friendly archer, hitting with 24 LRMs. Looks like the left leg got tagged twice. Center torso, left leg, left arm. So kind of concentrating on that left side a bit. Also hitting the right torso for 4, down to 20 armor there. A friendly Rommel at the catapult, which is already dead. The Griffin hitting hex 2419, stunning the crew there. Down to 13 structure there. VV for the Urban Mech Arrow 4 is 603. Interesting. Now that comes unloaded, I imagine. The Davy Crockett round, if that's what it's called, I know has to be more than 600 points. Just for sheer destructive potential. Our friendly archer at the enemy Wolverine, landing 21 LRMs to the left torso and head, causing his first consciousness check, to the right torso and the left torso, destroying his searchlight, which I know is a sticking point for some people. The enemy Thunderbolts, shooting at our Stalker with all of his complement of short-range weaponry, looks like, taking medium lasers to the chest, left torso, and right arm. Machine guns to the right torso and right arm, And then launching LRMs at the Orion, hitting with 9 of them to the center torso and right leg. Maxim at the Stalker, hitting with a couple of machine guns, the center torso and right torso, and hitting with 4 SRMs to the right torso mainly, and also the center torso. The Quasit at the Catapult, which is already dead. The enemy Archer also firing at our Stalker, hitting with 16 LRMs. Left leg is down to 7 armor. Center torso is down to 17. Right torso is down to 13. I think I can get like 2 wasps. That actually might not be good. Lark firing at the Archer, hitting the right arm and destroying it, critting out the medium laser on the way through, and 1 transferring to the right torso, and then 5 to the left torso, critting out one of his LRM launchers. So that's cool. That 2R with 2 LRM 20 launchers. I kind of almost would have rather that was a heat sink because they already have so much heat problems, but then again, he probably doesn't have any crits devoted to heat sinks because he only has the base 10. The enemy Crusader at Lark, hitting that right leg with 9 LRMs, which goes internal, critting off foot. So that's going to be fun at the end of the round. And then the Stalker at the Thunderbolt, only landing 1 medium laser to the left torso. And Jacoby falls, takes 5 to the right torso, fails to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, rolls a 7. Put the cripple on that Archer. Archer in a wheelchair. They make mech-sized wheelchairs. I think Lark needs 1 for his Hunchback now that it's missing 2 leg actuators, a lower leg and a foot. Also knocking down the, is that the same one? Who? Oh, it was the Crusader that got the Hunchback in the foot. Lark is back on the ground. They're really in trouble. Yeah, and he's going to need a 5 to stand, even with the careful stand enabled. And I'm not actually sure he can, because now he's going to be down to 2 walking movement points. So their Archer falls down, takes 7 to the left torso and right arm, takes his first consciousness check. And the enemy Wolverine needs a 7, gets a 5, takes 6 to the right torso, also fails his consciousness check, or fails his seatbelt check, and barely makes his consciousness check. So maybe we can incapacitate that Wolverine somehow. Going to kick him on a 4. And might as well kick him on like a 3. Thunderbolt kicks the Stalker in the left arm, blowing it off with a lucky crit. Orion kicking the Archer in the left leg, down to 14 structure there. Archer kicking the Orion in the left leg, down to 6 armor there. Locust kicking the Archer in the right leg, down to 10 armor there. And nobody got kicked down. Alright, Hoser is at 3 heat, Orion is at 2, everyone else on our team is pretty chill. Friendly Dervish is at 8, Friendly Crusader is at 5, Orion's at 4, Archer's at 8. Enemy Rifleman is down to 5 heat, or I guess up to 5 heat. He apparently built up 1 extra this turn. Archer's at 4, Crusader's at 8. Grasshopper, ooh, I see that down there. Grasshopper's at 4. Archer is at 14 heat. Needs a 4 to shut down, or to avoid shutting down, and gets a 6. So he is definitely going to have to cool it next turn. Firestarter's at 6 heat. Griffin's at 5. And we did shoot down the Light Strike Fighter Angel. It crashes, takes 270 damage, destroyed by ejection, and the rest of that report. Alright, we have lost initiative this time, although within our team we did win it. So hopefully we'll go like second to last, which isn't terrible. I'm sorry if I'm a little sniffly. Trying to avoid, calling attention to it more than necessary. Trying to stay hydrated, all that good stuff. Let's see. Climb mode. There we go. Yeah, maybe we can shoot our rifles at this stealth platoon. And hopefully, since we're in a building, they'll get, less damage in return. So we've got an immobile Hetzer here, we've got a prone Wolverine here, friendly Warhammer, friendly Orion, friendly Crusader, and a Firestarter who, honestly, I'm kind of hoping he approaches us so that we can hit him with some autocannons. Alright, let's get this Locust out of here, maybe swing around, harry this Grasshopper next turn. Oh, come on. He walked 1 hex. And he's looking how bad armor-wise? No right arm. Left leg is precarious. Kind of want to maybe try to come in here and kick that left leg out. Yeah. I know it means a run for us and not evasive, but I really want to try to kick that leg out of him. Wyvern. Armor's still holding pretty good. Pretty good. I sound a little redneck when I say it like that. Alright, Hoser. We've got the Stalker still. He's going for the easy target, not the one that's prone. Alright, so we do that. We're slightly evasive. We've got not quite a back shot on him. That would be a back shot on the Grasshopper. Range is a little closer than I like for the PVCs, but it shouldn't be a difficult shot. Yeah, careful stand is not an option. Right leg is down to 8. If we lose that leg, I'm bailing out. Needs a 7. Looked like he got the 7. He did. Nice job, Lark. Lucky roll that. And yes, I attribute it to you, knowing full well that it's my computer running the algorithm. On a 6, yeah, we'll take that shot. And we'll take 7s there probably. Versus 9s, yeah, we'll take the 7s for sure. Build up 3 heat on a 10, throw in a couple of 8s. Oh, that archer is going to be hurting here next turn. Alright, so we've got 5s in the back of that Grasshopper. And actually, what happens if we... 4? Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll take our chances on a 5. Boom. 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 9. It's easier to hit the rifleman even. No. A 6. We'll take a 6 on the rifleman. Hopefully that's enough to push him over the edge of, oh, dang. We have no left arm. Well, we might not have any targets in that case. Yeah, no one's in range or in our arc. I think the best we can hope to do is just try to keep turning, and eventually we'll be able to take a shot on that Thunderbolt, but for now we don't have anything. That's not a great situation to be in. Lark taking shots in the back from the Maxim on 8s, 9s, and 12s. The Archer taking shots on, well, 7s and 8s. Oh, thank you. It's too much. Your portrait's getting into my way. On 5s, and we hope that it's enough. And Locust on 13s has nothing. Alright. Let's see, that's the friendly Wolverine at the Thunderbolt, hitting him in the right torso and left arm for 5 each. Stealth Platoon missing the Dervish on an 11. Warhammer missing the Archer on 11s. Banshee missing the Wolverine on 11s and 8s. Hitting him actually in the left leg for 5. So that's, oh, I was thinking he had taken 10. He dealt 10. Alright, the enemy rifleman at our Orion hitting the left arm for 8 and the right arm for 5. The Buster Mech missing the enemy Clint. The Clint jamming the turret of Hex 2320 and destroying it by ammo explosion ultimately. So that's another turret completely down. We might end up losing this mission. I'm starting to feel like this is not going very well. Field gunners at the stealth platoon missing on a 6 with a 2. So would have taken a lot to get that to hit. Circumstances were not in our favor. The Thunderbolt at the Paramour hitting the front with 2 medium lasers and 2 machine guns, critting out the machine gun on the Paramour, leaving him with 13 armor there. Also an SRM-2. And also hitting our friendly Wolverine in the right torso with 4 LRMs because of partial cover. Field gunners at the Wolverine missing both of the 7s. Friendly Archer at the enemy Archer, landing 2 medium lasers, but nothing else. On 10s no less, to the left leg and right torso. Maxim scoring 6 missile hits to the back of Lark's Hunchback. To the center torso rear, critting the engine, gyro, and the upper leg, and the gyro. And the engine. Lark, I'm sorry, the Hunchback is going to need some work before it's ready for the field again. That's 3 engine hits and 2 gyro hits. That's going to be some serious repairs. So, sad day over here. At least it doesn't take falling damage because it's already destroyed. So that's a small boon, I guess. Let's see. Friendly Dervish missing the Clint. Friendly Crusader landing 9 LRMs on the enemy Archer to the left leg and center torso. Enemy Archer at the Hunchback to the right arm, critting out the shoulder and the upper arm, so he's going to need a new arm as well. So yeah, that Hunchback is going to need a significant amount of time in the shop. Friendly Orion at the enemy Archer, landing an autocannon 10 shot to the center torso, leaving him with 11 armor. and 9 missiles to the right torso and center torso, critting out a medium laser and hitting the engine. So that number 72 is the one I think who had taken less damage. Excuse me. Is now going to be much less effective since he's only got 5 heat sinks effectively. All because you had me stand up. Disadvantageous position for me. Well, I apologize. I thought you could do more good standing up. And to be fair, I mean, you did land some hits with those lasers, which I don't know if you would have done if you were still prone. But, yeah. You would have been getting kicked while you were down and all that. I'm convinced I made the right choice. And you didn't even fall over. So, there's that. Paramore missing the Thunderbolt. Crusader launching LRMs at the Hunchback, hitting the left leg, right arm, and right leg. So those are gonna... Let's see, the right arm is already gonna need replacing. The right leg is gonna need some significant repairs now, too. Enemy Wolverine at Hex 2419, locking the turret and destroying the building entirely. Hoser at the Grasshopper to the right torso, rear, and the right arm. Going internal on the arm, but no crit. Let's see. Our Orion on the Archer, hitting him in the head with a medium laser, forcing a 10 to stay conscious, which he makes. Good grief. Medium laser to the right leg, and 4 LRMs to the left arm. Firestarter shooting up a building. Rommel missing the Wolverine, Archer missing the Archer, and the Grasshopper at Hex 1719, killing one of our guys, 2 of our guys, and destroying the building that they're hiding in. So that's going to come tumbling down upon them. And they're already down to 22 guys. Let's see, the Quasit Militia Mech at the Thunderbolt, hitting a medium laser to the right arm and 3 LRMs as well. SRM 6 turret, landing 10 SRMs on the Firestarter. Left arm is down to 1, right leg is down to 4 armor, left leg is down to 6 armor, right arm is down to 0 armor, left arm destroyed, right arm is down to 2 structure and then destroyed, right leg is down to 2 armor, center torso is down to 1 armor. So this Firestarter is looking really rough. He's lost both of his arms. With his final barrage of lasers from the Hunchback, Lark is able to blow off the leg of the Rifleman. So that's cool. Hits him in the left torso as well with 2 more medium lasers and the small laser to the right arm. Field Gunners are down to 16 guys. Let's see. The small laser turret is destroyed by building collapse. Rifleman goes down, takes 5 to the left leg and 1 to the right torso. Makes his first consciousness check. The Grasshopper stays standing, the Firestarter stays standing. And Petra will kick the Archer on a 4 and hopefully destroy that left leg. Firestarter kicking the building of Hex 2520, killing the crew there. Wolverine missing his kick on the friendly Banshee. The Thunderbolt kicking the Battle Mech recovery vehicle on the left side and destroying it. The Banshee kicking the Wolverine in the left torso, leaving him with 10 structure. Or punching him in the left torso and punching him in the right torso as well for 10 apiece. Orion kicking the Archer in the left leg, destroying it and transferring him to the left torso, forcing him to fall, making his 5th consciousness check and finally blacking out that Archer. At least I slapped him on that Archer and Rifleman. You did indeed. You have comported yourself heroically, sir. Firing until you were unable to fire anymore. Wolverine, because he missed a kick and got punched twice for 10 points, needs a 7, falls, takes 5 to the right torso, and also blacks out. So things are kind of starting to turn around. We're still badly outnumbered. At least if you count the friendlies as about half, which I tend to do, then we're maybe pretty close to even. Those blackouts make it a substantially positive round? Yes, I agree. However, our friendly archer is at 10 heat, our friendly crusader is at 6 heat, our friendly dervish is at 7 heat, the warhammer is at 4 heat, and he hasn't even done anything. The banshee is at 5 heat. Rifleman is at 5 heat, but he is now down to what? Like 2 lasers and an autocannon. Which, I mean, if he runs, he can fire 1 laser and an autocannon and build up 1 point of heat. He can do that. Archer's at 4 heat, Crusader's at 8 heat, Grasshopper's at 6, Archer is at 9, Firestarter's at 7, the armless Firestarter now. Alright, so our team has won the initiative, and within our team we have also won the initiative, so we will have that last chance to go. What exactly? I've forgotten what our objective actually is. Do we need to kill half of them or 3/4? Ensure that at least 3 units from the following forces survive. Destroy, cripple, or force the withdrawal of at least 50%. They're down to, just over 50%. Wait, was that including the reinforcements? Oh, wrong one. Force number 2 and force number 1. Okay, so reinforcements don't count, air support doesn't count. And they're down to, I guess, 13 out of 17 units, so even by that count, we're not there yet. Oh, but here comes the reinforcements. Alright. Yeah, we kind of need to get him out of there. Her out of there. She's gonna get swarmed, they're gonna surround her, and then she's not gonna be able to do anything. You guys are gonna stand still. You guys are gonna stand still. Wasp squad, right? That is 2 wasps, a spider, and a locust. So, yeah, pretty light reinforcements. Okay, do we trust this archer to take out that archer? He's worth 1,800 points still. He's worth 1,300. I think we're going to try to get in here and laser him additionally. I know it means spreading our forces out a bit, but honestly, how many of our support units do we still have? We've got the Paramour, we've got the Quasit, Harvester, Paramour, Buster, Banshee. All the turrets look like they're about done for. Flamer turret, SRM 6 turret, medium laser turret, LRM 10 turret, all wasted. Both the wasp nest. Apparently we did. I'm hoping this is going to be the last round of combat. Because we have suffered mightily. I'm gonna have to maybe cycle some mechs out of storage. Oh man, what kind of situation is this stalker in? I mean, other than the leg and the arm, he's got plenty of armor. We could take a kick from a thunderbolt and most of our locations. We don't even need to turn to target him. We can finally get our large lasers and SRMs to bear. Want to maximize chances of hitting with those. Six, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be +3, which is less than I like for a locust, but at least it has low profile. Their archer falls on its rear, taking 5 to the right torso rear and 2 to the left arm, leaving him with 1 and 3 armor in those locations, respectively. Which means, okay, he must have been facing the other direction. If he fell on his back and he was there. So we've got 7s with the medium lasers. I'd like to unload all of them. And an 11 with the LRM-10. We'll fire one of them as well, because we can afford 3 heat. Field gunners on the foot squad needing 6 with the autocannon or 8s with the auto rifle, but I think the auto rifle is going to hit more people, so we'll take that chance. Alright, what have you guys got here? We've got 9s. It looks like no other targets, because the Wolverine and the Clint are both blocked by that building. The Firestarter is over there, Griffin, Grasshopper. I mean, we might as well take a couple of 9s if that's what we've, or a 9 if that's what we've got. On a 6, we'll do that, and we'll go up to 5. We'll go up to 8 heat on a 7 because I'm not expecting to be fighting another round. We would have back shots on this archer, but is that necessarily what we want? I don't know. Let me check. Oh, if we could hit that head with literally anything. What are we looking at? We're looking at 8s. And 10s. And a 3. You know what? We'll fire the LRM-10 as well on a 4. We'll be up at 8 heat, but again, if we can get them down a few more % this turn. Alright, so we've got 4s with the large lasers. Can't fire the right arm. We've got 6s with the SRMs. We'll build up to 21, build up to 3 heat. Try to take out that Thunderbolt as best we can. Locust on 10s, because why not? Alright, friendly Banshee at the Clint hits a medium laser to the left torso. The friendly Wolverine at the Thunderbolt, landing 3 SRMs to the left torso and right leg, down to 10 armor on the torso, 11 on the right leg. Our archer on their archer, hitting 2 medium lasers to the right arm and center torso, down to 2 armor on that center torso. The rifleman shooting at the flamer turret for some reason, even though it's like no longer manned. Buster Mech at the Clint, missing on a 10. Warhammer on the Archer, missing on an 11. Clint shooting at a building, 25-20. Locking the turret. Oh, we did kill the stealth platoon with our auto rifles. So that's good. The Thunderbolt at the Stalker, hitting the right torso, left torso, and right torso with medium lasers. Center torso with a machine gun. Left leg with a machine gun. And then 9 LRMs to the left torso, rear, and the left leg on the Orion. Okay, fired LRMs at the Orion, I was going to say. Let's see, the friendly Dervish at the enemy Thunderbolt, hitting 6 LRMs to the center torso and left arm, where his armor is still holding strong. The Maxim at the Stalker, missing on 12s and 8s. Field Gunners missing the Archer on a 9. Crusader, stunning the crew of the building in Hex 3726. Hoser landing 2 out of 3 PPCs on the Grasshopper, both to the right leg, which were really, like, consecutively. We hit the left torso twice, we hit the right arm twice, and now we've hit the right leg twice. So it's curious how that happens. And then also a medium laser to the right leg and a medium laser to the left torso, critting out 2 of his heat sinks. So that's gonna cost him some VV, which is valuable for me. Harvester Ant missing the Griffin. Firestarter at the Harvester Ant, hitting with a machine gun and a flamer to the left and center torsos. The Grasshopper at the Awesome, hitting a large laser to the right arm and a medium laser to the center torso. Our Orion at the Archer, landing nothing but 3 SRMs to the left torso rear, left leg, which transfers to the left torso rear and the center torso rear. Their Archer on our Orion missing on a 10. Their Griffin hitting the Dervish in the right arm with a PPC. Rommel missing the Clint on 7s, 9s, and 12s. Reinforcement Wasp hitting the Orion in the right leg with a laser, costing us an edge to take a missile to the left leg, down to 0 armor there. Our Stalker, on the Thunderbolt, landing both of the large lasers to the left torso and left arm. Missing with 1 of his SRM 6s, but hitting with 5 SRMs from the other one. To the right leg, right arm, left torso, right arm again. Down to 7 armor there, down to 0 on that left torso. Excuse me. The other enemy Reinforcement Wasp hitting 2 SRMs on the Orion to the right leg and right arm. Quasit landing 2 LRMs on the Griffin's right torso rear. The enemy Spider at our Stalker, costing us another edge to take a medium laser to the left leg, down to 0 armor there. The friendly Archer at the enemy Archer, missing on a 10. And then the enemy Reinforcement Locust firing on our Stalker to the right torso, critting out a large laser with his medium. 2 machine guns to the right arm, down to 3 armor there. Our Locust on the Grasshopper hits him in the left arm for 5 to the left arm. And surprisingly, no one gets knocked down this round, even though 3 mechs crossed that threshold. Clint kicking the SRM-6 turret, the Thunderbolt kicking the Stalker in the right torso, destroying it and blowing off the right arm, transferring it to the center torso, down to 8 armor there. The Firestarter missing his kick on the Harvester Ant, Griffin killing the crew of the building in Hex 2027, the Wasp kicking the Orion in the left leg but not getting the crit, and then the friendly Wolverine kicking the Thunderbolt in the left leg for 11. And again, nobody falls down. So that is, again, surprising. Awesome is at 8 heat, Orion is at 8 heat. We knew that, we were kind of gambling. Dervish is at 8 heat, Archer is at 7 heat, Banshee is at 6 heat, Rifleman is at 4 heat, Crusader's at 4 heat, Grasshopper's at 10, Archer's at 13, Firestarter's at 4, and the pilot of the Wolverine has woken up. Now then, they're down to 1,320 or 10,323 points out of 19,038, if I'm doing that in my head right. So not quite 50%. So we gambled maybe a little earlier than we should have. Oof. And there's a Crusader over there who hasn't even been touched yet. Alright, you're not going anywhere. Don't know where you guys are going. Like, there's enemies over here, but they're not they're not on the other side of those buildings from you. Alright. You are not even missing a leg, so I don't know why you're having a hard time standing up. But we will try to get in kicking range of you as long as you're down. Yeah, we can land some PPCs on him from there. Yeah, things are really tense for me right now. Stalker. Down to just a couple of locations remaining. Just generally not a great scene, man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we can't even prop and shoot with no arms, right? Yeah, we're face down in the dirt, nothing but one leg to do. Yeah, we're gonna have to punch out. Otherwise, we're just gonna lose the mech. On a 6. Alright, enemy Wasp has fled the battlefield. Wolverine tries to stand and falls at a sprint. Takes 6 damage to the arms, but then he does stand up. Rifleman needs a 9 because he's missing a leg, but he does actually manage to stand up, and then... Oh wait, no. Wolverine needed an 8, got a 10. Rifleman needs a 9, gets a 7, falls. Takes 5 to his good leg, and makes his second consciousness check. And of course, the Stalker ejects. We've got 9s on him, or we've got 10s on the Wasp. I mean, it's only one shot, but... I mean, sure, hide there. Can he even move? Odd. Oh, he can't shoot. That's derp-a-derp. puts us at 9 heat. That's, you know what, I'm really hoping we can do it this turn. I had what, 18,000 to start with, and we had them down to 10, so we need another 1,000 this turn. Field Gunners missed the Crusader. Banshee hits the Archer in the left arm, critting out the shoulder and lower arm, and an autocannon 5 to the right leg. Friendly Wolverine at the enemy Thunderbolt hits the autocannon 5 to the left torso, medium laser to the left leg, and 4 SRMs to the right torso, left arm, left torso, critting out 2 of his medium lasers, so that's helpful. Firestarter destroying the building in Hex 2027, which was probably a turret that was already dead. The enemy Grasshopper firing on the Dervish, hitting him in the arm with a medium laser, down to 2 structure there. Warhammer firing on the Archer, hasn't hit a single thing all game, I don't think. Our Field Gunners hit the Archer in the center torso, critting out his engine for 1 hit. The friendly Dervish at the enemy Griffin, missing on a 6 with his LRMs. The Griffin returning fire with a PPC, hitting him in the right torso, destroying his searchlight, leaving him with 5 armor remaining. Our Archer at their Archer, critting out his engine, destroyed by engine destruction, also critting out the gyro, destroying the left arm, and missing with the alarms. So that Archer was hopefully... That was 586. That Archer alone gets us halfway to victory. Still shooting at this. That was 72. 72, yeah, okay. 72 is also getting shot at by the Crusader, who hits with 24 LRMs, critting out the ammo, destroying all the salvage that we were eligible for. Rifleman shooting at building 3726, critting or just destroying the building outright. Hoser at the Grasshopper, hitting 2 out of 3 on 6s to the right leg and center torso, leaving him with 6 structure in that leg. Clint destroying 2027, which is already destroyed. The Harvester Ant shooting at the Clint on 10s and 12s, and missing, obviously. The Thunderbolt at the Paramour, hitting the left side twice and the rear once. And he fired his machine gun at Captain Belfry and killed him. Well then. He's not supposed to shoot at pilots, I don't think. So that's something I'm going to have to consider. I mean, I know there's nothing in the rules against it, and that sense of danger is in fact why I turned off the ejected pilots flee and the skin of the teeth ejection, but he wasn't supposed to shoot at me. Like, I don't shoot at them. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be an opening in the command position. Jeez, that really sucks. With a machine gun too, so like killed him 20 times over. The Maxim at the Orion, hitting with 3 LRMs to the right torso. The Orion landing 6 LRMs to the Archer's rear torso. Right torso rear down to 1 armor. Right torso rear takes an SRM or 2 and crits out his LRM 20. Is that the one that was still good? So yeah, he is now missile-less. The Crusader at the Orion, taking 9 LRMs to the left leg, critting out the hip and lower leg, and also 9 missiles to the center torso and left torso. Would have been the head, cost us an edge. The Rommel at the Spider, missing. The Wasp at the Orion, hitting the center torso with a medium laser and an SRM, and also the right arm with an SRM. The Locust at the Grasshopper, hitting with a medium laser to the left arm, machine guns to the right torso and left leg. At least it wasn't an AC 20 death for that pilot. I mean, it might as well have been. He took 20 damage. From a machine gun, which, if anything, is even more, like, insulting. The Quasit at the Griffin, center torso rear, hits medium laser and an SRM, down to 0 armor there. Hitting the left and right arms each. The Spider at the Dervish, destroying the right arm with a medium laser, transferring into the right torso, leaving him with 2 structure. The Friendly Archer at the Enemy Archer, which is the one that's already destroyed. So we can kind of skip all of that. And then the Enemy Locust at our Orion, destroying the left leg with his medium laser, transferring into the left torso rear. And then also taking a machine gun and a center torso rear. Machine guns to the left and center torso rear. So 2 more turrets destroyed. Orion falls down, takes 8 to the arm. Petra takes her first point of damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious. The Dervish stays standing. The Grasshopper does not, takes 7 to his right torso, leaving him with 11 armor remaining. As tempting as it is to return like with like, we're not going to step on their pilots. Locust kicks the Grasshopper and misses. Locust kicks the Orion in the center torso rear. Thunderbolt kicks the Paramour on the left side. Locust falls down, takes 2 to the left torso, destroying the Searchlight. Alright, Friendly Archer is now at 20 hate, needs a 6+ to avoid shutting down, and shuts down, and then needs a 5 to stay standing, and manages to make that. Needs a 4 to avoid ammo explosion. Why is this Archer running so hot? Like, what is your deal today, dude? Like, you don't need to be doing that. Not on 10 heat sinks. We can capture him and make him work for us. We even let our doctors practice on him. Engine hits. The friendly 2S has engine hits? I thought that was the enemy Archer. No, I think he's just been firing lasers and LRMs and SRMs every turn until he's built up 23 points of heat. Like, to the point where he is shut down and almost fell down and needs to avoid an ammo explosion, and it's going to take him like 2.5 turns to dissipate all of that heat. Alright, they are down to 82-33, which is less than half of what they started with. So we are declaring victory here. Team 1 has achieved all required victory conditions, if just barely. Yes, we want to save this file. Yes, we did control the battlefield. We have 2 mechs that are inoperable, 2 with medium damage, or 1 mech with moderate damage, and then the field gunners are crippled and moderate damage. Just bad mech without double heat sinks, yeah. Declaring Pyrrhic victory. I actually am debating how to continue. I wasn't expecting to lose the company commander on this mission. I think what I'm actually going to do is put it to a vote on the Discord before I save over my previous save. Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and save our game here. And we will be prepared to resolve manually. Challenger deep.mul. Okay, so we can come back to this point when we're ready. I'm going to put it to a vote on the Discord whether we let Murdock be KIA or MIA or what have you. Whether we're going to let it stand as it happened, considering that I don't think they were supposed to be shooting at downed pilots. Generally, when a unit is in withdrawal, maybe I violated a withdrawal rule, but this is kind of an upending event to where I wasn't prepared for this kind of situation. We'll have to, if he is dead, we'll have to elect a new commander, I guess. This was not what I had planned on. So skipping this section for now. The Thunderbolt escaped. The Rifleman is worth 3%. The Archer is worth 4%. Heavy damage. How heavy? Leg blown off. Internals on... yeah. Okay, so we kind of want that Rifleman. And honestly, I wouldn't mind having a spare Archer. So we're going to go ahead and take both of those. Yeah, there's going to be... that foot stealth platoon is occupying a lot of space on the screen here. The Archer, I don't know if we can really claim that. I forget which one of these guys it was that killed him. The Rifleman, I mean, technically wasn't dead. Catapult goes to someone that's no longer with us. We did manage to preserve at least 3 of those units. We did not preserve 100%. We absolutely forced withdrawal of 100%, of 50%. We'll call it the Grasshopper and the Rifleman. See if that does it. If we vote, I vote Lark. Rolling on the ground commander. I'll vote for saving commander though. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'd like to have public opinion just to get a feel for what everyone would like. And yeah, I'm going to list that as a Pyrrhic victory. And we're just going to pay cash because all of the mechs that we have are worth millions of C-bills and he's only asking for 600,000. So, and then we will save this as Dead Murdock. And with that, I hope you don't mind if I call it just a little bit early tonight. But yeah, that was kind of disheartening. I'm ready to call it a night. I don't think we've got time to to really do much of anything else right now. We certainly don't have enough time to get started on the next mission. Also, shout outs to new follows. That was Haas00312_R Riggers and Honey Skull. Mourn the commander getting wrongly attacked. Absolutely. Yes, very sad. Moment of silence. And with that, I will bid you all good night and good week, and I will see you tomorrow for HBS.